by Craig Harbert to talk some football. But, guys, it's time to talk some basketball. I know you love talking about this. There's been a change at the top of this 2012 class. Nerlens Noel, you see him now as a center ahead of Shabazz Muhammad. Shabazz Muhammad has been the #1 player in this class. Everyone's heard all about him, but all of a sudden, here comes this guy, Nerlens Noel, who is actually #2 in the class for 2013. So who exactly is this guy? Well, he's a 6'10" center without the high top. With the high top, he's about 7'1". Now the #1 prospect in this class, and he has incredible potential. You see that a top 3 pick potentially in 2013. So Dave Tellep, I got to start with you. You see this guy. He's now #1. How did this happen? How did he go from #2 in the junior class to #1 now in the senior class?
Well, we thought the strength of the junior class was outstanding, and that is a big component here when you have to compare the two things. But Nerlens, what happened was early in his high school career, he had an injury. In his mind, he wanted to reclass so he could maximize his high school career. Fast forward to a couple weeks ago, he dominated the hoop hall. He's ready for college. He firmly believes that. So he said, you know what? I intend to take care of my academics, move forward here, graduate with my original class of 2012. So he has reclassed from 2013, put himself into the current senior class. He'll miss the McDonald's All-American game. He wasn't eligible because he did this too late in the time frame. But this is a situation, it's very rare, but because of his defensive ability, Paul, we thought that the change should be made at the top.
And it's no different than Andre Drummond, who put himself into the senior class with his original class and went to Connecticut. Nerlens Noel just did it a lot earlier. He's doing it in April.
You talk about defense. Andre Drummond, he was a center. Now you've got Nerlens Noel, who's a center. And, Paul, we've seen a whole lot of him. This guy's shot-blocking ability is unbelievable. I mean, Anthony Davis is making the mark right now as a freshman at Kentucky. Nerlens Noel may have a bigger impact defensively.
Well, he already has. You can only dominate the game so many ways without scoring, and blocking shots is one of them. He gets his hands straight up and doesn't foul. That's the art of the block shot. Second, his timing. He jumps second. He waits for the offensive player to leave his feet, then he jumps. Third, he likes to create space between him and the offensive player so he can block that shot. And also, he keeps it in play, Dave, where he can get the transition game going for his teammates.
Yeah, he is truly a force. And the thing about Nerlens, you know where he is every time out on the floor because he's that dominating of a player. I just think that other kids fear him. It's tough to go into the lane with this guy. It was difficult to try and change these two guys around because we had Shabazz, who clearly earned his way to the top of this thing. But Nerlens Noel, defensive presence, the whole package, and he's getting better offensively.
I got to be honest. I was in the elevator with him in West Virginia a couple weeks ago. I was scared to punch the button. I thought I was going to get that blocked. But as far as
this guy can block the sun.
As far as his recruiting is now concerned, there are schools out there that maybe had interest in him in the class of 2013. Now he's 2012. What happens if they've maybe given away all their scholarships?
Well, I think there are a few guys who have plenty of room for Nerlens Noel. He's going to take some visits. He's going to be at Syracuse first. You're talking about, it's pretty much the same cast of characters. Kentucky, Syracuse, Connecticut, Providence is making some inroads there. Florida, and I know I'm forgetting
Georgetown.
Georgetown is the other school. Do they have scholarships? Yeah.
If they don't, they will. Listen, when you have Nerlens Noel and he picks up the phone and says, I want to come to your school, you find a way to create a scholarship. That may mean somebody has to leave. That may mean somebody has to get off a scholarship. He is an impact player. He's only there for a year. That graphic said top 3 in the draft. He may be #1 in the draft.
And, let's face it, a lot of those schools every year have attrition with the NBA draft. So it's not like they're over-signing here because they're neglecting their roster. A lot of those guys are expecting some attrition.
All right, so right now he is uncommitted. He is now a senior. How about some other top 25 uncommitted guys? You see #2.